What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Everything Jackie channel. Thank you so much for clicking and watching. I am now at the Mandela Bay. I'm at the Mandela Bay inside the waterfront, the gateway to the Robben Island, and I'm about to get on board, guys, in a few minutes. And I'm kind of nervous, you know, because I've never really been on a boat and on the water and so on. So just tell me in the comment section if you've had an experience, a little boat ride, and tell me all about your experience in the comment section. So well, a few minutes time, I'm about to get on board and we're going straight to the Robben Island. So I'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Nelson Mandela toiled virtually every day for 13 years, digging up rocks, some of which paved roads. The sun was so relentless, the quarry so bright and also so dusty that Mandela was stricken with snow blindness that damaged his eyes. Nevertheless, Mandela and other heroes of South Africa's anti-apartheid movement, such as Govan Mbeki and Walter Sisulu, used their time in this quarry to teach each other literature, philosophy and political theory, among other things. So this limestone quarry was one of the great universities in the world. Robben Island, a desolate outcropped 5 miles offshore, is a testament to courage and fortitude in the force of brutality. It's a must-see for visitors to South Africa. The island was first used as a political prison in the mid-1600s. Dutch settlers sent slave convicts and indigenous Khoi people who refused to bend to colonial rule. In 1846, the island was turned into a leper colony. From 1961 to 1991, a maximum security prison here held enemies of apartheid. In 1997, 3 years after apartheid fell, the prison was turned into the Robben Island Museum. I am now on the boat, guys. I'm on board, together with lots of other tourists from all walks of life. Guys, our journey has finally begun, and amazingly, it's the blueness of the sea, and it's so clean and so nice. But guess what, guys? This one is another special tour of Cape Town with a special visit to the Robben Island, a fantastic historical site offshore the city of Cape Town. It is well known around the world because it's the place where Nelson Mandela was held prisoner for a lot of years. As we sail on the water to the island, it's a 45 minutes journey from the entrance to the island, which is the Nelson Mandela Gateway from the waterfront to the Robben Island. Nelson Mandela was sentenced to life in prison. He was sent to Robben Island, where he was imprisoned for 18 years, from 1964 to 1982. Yes, guys, we are now on the island. We are finally on the island, guys. We arrived safely. So welcome to the Robben Island. Whew. Boy, am I glad to finally get down from the boat and stretch my legs. Yes, so this is how it looks. This is how the island looks, guys. We are now on our way to sit in the bus so that the tour guide can take us around the island to basically show us around, tell us a little bit of history, and explain to us exactly what happened on this island during apartheid. So guys, stay with me. The island now also has houses. As you can see, many beautiful houses around, guys. Permanent residents such as museum staff and prison guides, making positive use of facilities that served anti-human purposes for so long. Robben Island has served many purposes in its lifetime. As we learned through the bus tour, the island has been used as a refueling station for Dutch colonialists, a colony for people with leprosy, a precautionary front line of defense during the World War II. In the southern tip of the island, you can still admire the view of the beautiful Table Mountain from there. We have arrived at the maximum security prison cell where Nelson Mandela spent 18 years of his 27 years, along with over 3,000 political prisoners during their fight to end apartheid. This is the entrance to the compound, guys, of the prison, and you can look at when you look at the symbol, you can see some of these great leaders who fought to end apartheid and made it. Guys, this is where, as you can see, this is where most of the other prisoners were kept as well. You can see their beds, arranged in dormitory style. And since I wanted to see almost everything, my inquisitiveness brought me here. As you can see, this is their bathroom. You can see their toilets, bathroom, and wash hand basins, which is not too bad if you ask me. But Nelson Mandela was isolated because he was all alone in his tiny cell. So you can imagine. Anyway, let's move on. Guys, we are now heading towards the Nelson Mandela cell. Yes, we are not there yet, but I already am feeling a little bit emotional. Because I've been here for only 30 minutes and I already could tell it's not easy being in here at all. I mean, I don't think I can be in here for 24 hours, let alone 18 long years. We're told the prisoners only see the light of the day after they finish having breakfast in the mornings, and go out to the compounds to work or the fields to work or whatever. But if you are sick and you can't go out on the prison compounds to work, then you are left behind, unfortunately. You'll be locked inside and you not even have an opportunity to breathe the fresh, natural made air and feel the natural ventilation outside. This is sad, guys. This is really, really sad. I don't even know what to say. We are now at Mr. Mandela's training grounds. This is where he and most of the other prisoners trained almost every morning. As I said earlier, Robben Island is the maximum security prison in which Nelson Mandela spent 18 years of his 27 years imprisonment, and it's also where the first manuscript of his memoir was written in secret. Guys, we were told by our tour guide that anytime he writes, he was hiding it behind a tree on his training grounds. He was secretly writing his memoir so he couldn't hide it in his cell, because the cell was too tiny and the security guards would constantly check his cell almost every night before he goes to bed. The prison complex is now a museum dedicated to preserving history and educating visitors. Yes guys, finally this is it. The Nelson Mandela cell, an extremely tiny cell. A 7 by 9 foot room where a bulb buried day and night over his head in 18 years. These were some of his favorite quotes. I could walk the length of my cell in 3 paces. When I lay down, I could feel the length of my feet and my head grazed the concrete of the other side. Guys, these words really broke my heart. Inside, we have the different cell blocks arranged in dormitory style for basically all who were there to who were captured during the struggle for an independence, South Africa. Viewing now is the actual cell block of iconic leader Nelson Mandela and his eating pots. Guys, it's worth visiting. The story of Mandela really comes alive when you visibly see the actuals behind the story. It's a mixed feelings of emotions, stirred by revengeful agitations for those behind inhuman treatments of a fellow human being in his own native land. Seeing is believing comes to mind. Do you feel the same? Please tell me in the comment section. I can't forget to show you where the ideas for freedom were documented. In the midst of rocks, as they were made to experience the pain of hard labor in prison. In fact, forgiveness is divine. Appearing now are the exit points to freedom. I can't believe I'm walking on the same path Mr. Nelson Mandela took on his journey out of Robben Island to stand and negotiate with his own oppressors for a new democratic South Africa. In fact, it's been a long walk to freedom. I feel honored and blessed to be able to come here on this island to see and learn the history of this land during the struggle of apartheid.
Welcome back, guys. I'm back from the Robben Island, and trust me guys, it was a marvelous experience. If you've never been here, I pray that one day you have an opportunity. I pray that one day you have an opportunity to come here and experience this for yourself. I hope you enjoyed the tour on